In today's world, everything changes faster than ever. Technology, careers, finances, even relationships, all are constantly in motion. We often hear that working hard, being smart, or simply getting lucky is enough to succeed. But the truth is, it's not that simple. There's a quiet yet decisive power: strategic thinking. This isn't some distant skill reserved for generals or CEOs. It's something any of us can learn, practice, and apply in our daily lives. Strategic thinking allows you to see beyond instant desires and focus on the bigger picture. It helps you anticipate risks, prepare for the unexpected, and make wise moves instead of reacting in panic. Think about your recent decisions: choosing a job, investing money, or keeping a relationship. How many times did you act out of impulse instead of long-term vision? And if there was a way to change that, wouldn't you want to learn it? In today's video, we'll explore 10 key principles to build strategic thinking, from setting clear goals, analyzing context, to patiently waiting for the right moment. Each principle is a step to help you master your future, instead of being swept away by it. This is Different Thinking, a channel where we explore fresh perspectives to live with more clarity and strength. If you find this video valuable, hit subscribe to Different Thinking today. As a thank you, I prepared a small gift for you, a free ebook. You'll add the title later. You can download it right away from the description or the pinned comment below. These are condensed insights to help you start making changes tonight. Don't miss this chance, because just one small habit can create a completely different future for you. Imagine this. You're driving down a long road with no map and no clear destination. You can keep going endlessly, but you'll never really know where you've arrived. Life works the same way. Without goals, we get swept up in the whirlwind of work, responsibilities, and daily temptations, forgetting what truly matters. Goals are the compass that guides us, but not all goals can take us far. Vague ones like, "I want to be happy," or "I want to succeed," sound nice but easily fade away. What you need are specific goals, meaningful ones tied to your bigger aspirations. A simple way to begin is the SMART principle. Goals must be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, "I want to grow my career," you might set a goal like, "Become a manager within 5 years." With milestones of learning new skills and expanding my network. With clear goals, you don't just know where to go, you also know what to say no to. An extravagant expense today may slow your journey toward financial independence. An impulsive decision in relationships may pull you away from your true values. Long-term vision helps you distinguish between what you want now and what you truly need for the future. Ask yourself, 5 years from now, what do I want to see when I look back on my life? This simple question can change how you live today. Because every small step, if taken in the right direction, accumulates into something monumental. And this is where strategic thinking begins. Not living just to react, but living with intention. When you know your goals clearly, your journey is no longer foggy, it becomes a meaningful path. Here's a truth many people overlook. We don't live in a vacuum. Every decision we make is influenced by the environment around us: economy, technology, social trends, even personal relationships. If you only look inward and ignore the context, you're like a ship sailing without paying attention to the wind and currents. To see the bigger picture, there's a powerful tool, SWOT, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's like a mirror that shows you what's inside while reminding you to notice the forces outside. Start with strengths, skills, experiences, or traits that make you stand out. Weaknesses could be impatience, poor financial management, or even fear of failure. When you face them honestly, you learn how to use your resources more wisely. Then come opportunities. They might be a new career trend, a technology you can learn, or a connection that opens new doors. But alongside them are always threats, intense competition, economic shifts, or barriers beyond your control. A simple example: if you want to start a business, your strengths may be creativity and passion. Weaknesses may include lack of capital. Opportunities could be emerging markets, and threats are the big players already dominating. Knowing your SWOT, you're no longer walking blind. You can move forward more intelligently. Strategic thinking isn't about running the fastest, it's about understanding your playing field. When you know which way the wind is blowing, you can set your sails accordingly. And sometimes, Careful observation itself becomes the greatest advantage to take you farther. There's a familiar saying, plans are only good until reality hits. Life is full of surprises. And the only certainty is, everything changes. That's why strategic thinking isn't just about making plans, but about the ability to adapt when those plans no longer fit. Flexibility doesn't mean lack of commitment. It means holding firmly to your goal, but being willing to change the path to reach it. Think of your car's GPS when it encounters traffic. It doesn't give up, it recalculates a new route to get you there. People who are rigid often break under pressure, like dry branches in a storm. In contrast, those who can bend like bamboo withstand the winds and keep growing. A real-life example, during the pandemic, many small businesses had to close, yet others quickly adapted, shifting from in-person sales to online. From traditional services to digital offerings, that flexibility not only helped them survive but also opened new opportunities. Failure, if viewed correctly, is also a form of feedback. Every setback gives us data to adjust and improve. Instead of blaming yourself, ask, what needs to change so I can do better next time? Flexibility and adaptability are the wings of strategic thinking. They allow us to fly through storms without losing direction. More importantly, they remind us that no failure is final, as long as we're willing to change and move forward. If goals are the compass, then plans are the roads that take you there. But no road is perfectly straight or smooth. In reality, your journey will be filled with curves, potholes, and unexpected turns. That's why you need both creativity and backup plans. Creativity in planning isn't about dreaming up something unrealistic. It's about seeing things from a different angle. Instead of asking, how do I achieve this goal? Try asking, is there a cheaper, faster way, or a way to better use the resources I already have? Many people fear change because it disrupts their routines. But if you mix flexibility with creativity, you'll discover paths you never imagined, like learning a new skill to open career opportunities, or turning a hobby into a source of income. And don't forget backup planning. Ask yourself, if plan A fails, what's next? These what if questions don't make you pessimistic, they make you prepared. They turn risks into pre-calculated possibilities. Think of mountain climbers. They don't carry just one rope, they bring several ropes. Multiple anchors, not because they expect failure, but because they know failure is possible. That preparation allows them to climb farther and safer. Creative and backup planning doesn't just help you avoid crises, it also makes you more confident. Because you know that no matter what surprises come, you still have a way to keep moving forward. And sometimes, Plan B is the door that leads to the biggest success. Every meaningful journey comes with obstacles. If the path you're walking feels too easy, chances are it won't lead anywhere important. Obstacles are not the enemy. They're tests to reveal whether you're truly serious about your goals. Internal obstacles are often the hardest to spot. They might be self-doubt. Am I good enough? Procrastination. I'll start tomorrow. Or lack of discipline that keeps plans on paper. These are the small stones in your shoes. If you don't remove them, you'll never walk far. External obstacles are more varied, and sometimes harsher. Lack of finances, fierce competition, or unexpected social shifts. You can't control them, but you can control how you respond. The way to overcome them is to face them and name them. When you write down what's holding you back, you turn the invisible into visible. And once it's clear, you can plan to confront it instead of avoiding it. Remember, obstacles often become your ticket forward. The person who learned financial management once struggled with debt. The one who became resilient once faced failure. Those scars are often the most valuable parts of your journey. So when you face obstacles, don't rush to ask, why me? Instead, ask, what lesson is waiting for me here? Because often, what blocks your way is the very thing that shapes you into someone worthy of the goal you're pursuing. A brilliant idea is like a precious seed, but if you never plant it, water it, and patiently nurture it, it will remain just a seed in your hand. In strategic thinking, planning is only half the journey. The other half, and the hardest part, is execution. Execution requires discipline. Our biggest enemy isn't lack of knowledge, it's distraction. A phone, a gathering, a habit of procrastination, all can steal away our most valuable hours. Start with small milestones. If your goal is to write a book, commit to 500 words a day. If you want to improve your health, Begin with 20 minutes of movement each morning. Small, repeated steps are the foundation of big transformations. Precision is just as important. Don't confuse being busy with being effective. Someone may work all day yet move in the wrong direction. A strategic person chooses the right task and does it with maximum focus. Remember, success doesn't come from one explosive action but from consistency. Like a musician who practices daily or an athlete who trains routinely. It's the steady rhythm that shapes long-term results. Executing with discipline and precision is the bridge between dreams and reality. Dreams are only beautiful when they are translated into action, day by day. Hour by hour, step by step. Our lives are essentially the sum of our decisions, big or small. Choosing a career, making investments, keeping or ending a relationship, all are crossroads. The difference between someone living fully and someone living in regret often lies in the quality of their decisions. Yet making decisions is never easy. We often fall into two extremes: rushing impulsively or delaying endlessly out of fear of mistakes. Both lead us to miss opportunities. Strategic thinking teaches us to balance. Use logic to analyze data, intuition to draw on experience and inner sense, and always weigh risk carefully. When these three elements align, your decisions become stronger. A simple practice. Write down your options along with their pros and cons. Then, imagine yourself 5 years from now under each scenario. This long-term view helps you avoid being trapped by short-term gains. Most importantly, train yourself to be decisive. No decision is ever perfect. The power lies in choosing, taking responsibility, and adjusting when necessary. Remember, every decision you make is a brick in the foundation of your future. When you learn to make better decisions, you don't just change tomorrow's outcomes, you shape the person you're becoming. In a world that glorifies speed, slowing down can sometimes be an advantage. We're often taught to be fast, bold, to grab opportunities before others do. But the truth is, rushing doesn't always bring the best results. Tactical patience isn't about sitting idle. It's about waiting for the right moment to act. Like a farmer who plants seeds in the right season, or an investor who waits for the market to ripen. A strategic thinker doesn't rush to skip steps. Patience doesn't mean procrastination. It requires constant observation, watching signals, analyzing context, and knowing when the time has come. The impulsive may dive into the first wave and get swallowed. The patient waits for the right wave to carry them farther. Remember, the difference between failure and success is often just timing. How many great ideas have failed not because they were wrong, but because they came too early or too late? A familiar example. Many tech startups failed despite good ideas simply because the market wasn't ready. Meanwhile, later entrants who waited for the right timing exploded with success. Tactical patience is the art of balancing action and waiting. It saves us from wasting energy on futile steps and reserves our strength for decisive moves. And once you master this patience, you'll realize, it's not who moves faster that goes farther, but who moves at the right time. There's a simple principle many people overlook. You can't improve what you don't measure. We often set goals, start with excitement, but quickly lose momentum because we don't know how far we've really come. Measuring results doesn't mean obsessing over numbers. It means having clear indicators to know where you stand. If you want to get healthier, track your daily steps. If you want career growth, count the new skills you've learned in a year. These metrics are like milestones along your journey. They remind you that even small steps today are still progress. More importantly, they give you the chance to adjust when you realize you're off track. But measuring alone isn't enough. You need accountability for your journey. One powerful way is to share your goals with others, friends, colleagues, or a mentor. When someone else is watching, you feel more driven to keep your commitments. Imagine training for a marathon. If you run alone, it's easy to quit when you're tired. But if you have a coach or running group, it feels much harder to give up halfway. Measurement and accountability are the eyes and ears of strategic thinking. They help you see reality clearly, hear feedback, and move forward more steadily. Because strategy isn't just about drawing the path, it's about checking every step along the way. On every journey, there are moments we stumble. But what determines whether you stop or move forward isn't the failure itself, it's how you face it. Strategic thinkers understand this. Failure is only a temporary stop, not the final destination. Resilience doesn't mean never falling. It means knowing how to get back up. Take the lesson and move forward. Like a spring, the more it's compressed, the stronger it bounces back. Every challenge, if viewed correctly, is an opportunity to grow stronger. To build resilience, you must cultivate a spirit of continuous learning. The world is constantly changing. Skills that matter today may be outdated tomorrow. Those who dare to learn, experiment, and make mistakes are the ones who stay ahead. A new book, a short course, a conversation with someone from a different field, all can open new perspectives. Learning isn't confined to textbooks, it's hidden in experiences, failures, and encounters. Remember, strategic thinking isn't a destination, it's a lifelong journey. Every day you learn a little more. Every time you rise after hardship, you become a stronger, wiser version of yourself. And when you combine resilience with a spirit of learning, you'll see, no failure is wasted. No experience is meaningless. Every piece contributes to shaping you into someone capable of facing any challenge. We've just walked through 10 key principles of strategic thinking, from setting clear goals, analyzing your environment, staying adaptable, to measuring results and cultivating resilience. These aren't just skills, they're a way of living. Strategic thinking doesn't make you perfect, but it makes you purposeful. It prevents you from being swept away by unexpected changes, teaching you to turn challenges into opportunities, failures into lessons, and small actions into big outcomes. Start today. Write down one goal, analyze your strengths and weaknesses, and ask yourself, what can I learn to take one step closer to the future I want? And if you found this video valuable, subscribe to Different Thinking today. As a thank you, I've prepared a small gift for you, a free ebook title you'll add later. You can download it right away from the description or pinned comment below. And to explore more, click the playlist link also in the description. Just one small habit can create a completely different future for you. Don't miss this chance.